let's talk about what's next for crypto. And one of the, I think, mental models that A16z has pioneered is there's basically different adoption waves for crypto. And this is shown in slide 56 here toward the end. So we've been through, we're in our fifth wave, like kind of fifth wave question mark of adoption. And we've had wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and now we are in wave 5. And you could sort of see this in the graph when you look at total crypto market cap. The different waves of like just up bull markets and then like busts and then you're like down and then a new wave begins. That's kind of been the trend here. And you can see that by global crypto market cap, search interest in crypto, active crypto developers, crypto startup fundraising rounds. What can you say about this? Because there's like this is very near and dear to everybody listening. We're always wondering like, okay, was that it? Like, are we in it? What part of the cycle are we in? Is there going to be another cycle? Are we going to go up again at all-time highs? Or are they in the future? How big could this grow? Any reflections on this fifth wave that we're in? First of all, is the data basically pinpointing that we're in a fifth wave of adoption? And like, where does this lead?
I think the markets, from an outsider's point of view, the markets look very chaotic. But I think the way that we think about these markets is that there's actually some underlying order to all this madness. We call it the price innovation cycle. And the idea is that when prices go up, people get interested, developers build, and then new products kickstart the next wave. We've seen this now 4 times since Bitcoin's inception. And I think there is a question of, are we in the fifth wave? And, I think it is actually a little bit hard to tell because, while prices have gone up, it's hard to say, is it a function of net new interest and innovation, or is it more of the external factors like the ETFs and the political tailwinds? So I think there is a question, which is why we have the question mark there of, are we in the fifth wave or not? But I do think the quality of builders that we're seeing, the product pipeline that we have visibility into is very strong. And as ChatGPT showed us, it really only takes one product to kickstart an entire industry. And so we'll see what happens. I think the jury's still out there.
What do you think, Eddy? Fifth wave?
Yeah, I'm not sure that we are, to be honest. I mean, it looks impossible to say, right? You can only kind of know in retrospect. So take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. But I tend to think that right now we've had some very positive developments, like the ETPs and so on, like Daren alluded to. But we have a lot of very powerful headwinds, like regulatory challenges and lack of clarity. Upcoming elections. People are holding their breath, right? Lots of price volatility as a result of macroeconomic volatility. I think that it's hard to say. I tend to think that we've mostly just gotten over the doom and gloom of 2022 and 2023, right? There was some very, very serious, we were in the middle of recovering from some centralized exchange meltdowns. We were realizing how challenging the regulatory environment was going to be. And I think those things really dampened interest. And I think we've kind of gotten over that now. But we are still a little bit of a ways away from those breakout applications that lead the way, that show people exactly what it means like to make a breakout application that creates a ton of value for users, that mainstream people can access and use, that really is global and decentralized in the way that we all aspire to. So I'm not quite sure we're there yet. Hard to say.
Being in crypto feels like we are fighting a war on 17 different fronts all at once. And 2023 and 2024 were definitely emblematic of that. We had the political front, we had the infrastructure front, we had the app front, we had just like the user mindshare front. And each one of these things, I think we made varying degrees of progress, as you kind of just noted, Eddy. But when you summate the year as a whole, how would you say, how strong of a victory or lack of victory did we have? Like, did we have a 10 out of 10 dub? Maybe a 4 out of 10, could have done better. How would you summarize how well we have done on the list of to-dos, the very long list of to-dos that we have as an industry in 2024?
I think we've done extremely well in terms of scaling blockchains so far, and adjacent technology like ZK. That's exceeded my expectations. I think we have not done as great as I wanted, but positive in terms of improving the UX. By improving the UX, I mean, of course, like abstracting gas completely, abstracting and simplifying custody, simplifying the way people interact with multiple networks, right? Like those problems are in some ways getting better, in some ways getting worse, right? I think we've done better than I thought on stablecoins, and we've done a lot better than I think everybody expected in terms of regulation. We didn't really highlight that in this conversation, but the passage of the FIT21 bill in the House of Representatives with the support of 71 Democrats was a totally surprising and incredible move. I think it's undeniable evidence that things are probably headed in the right direction, and everybody should feel really, really good about that. There's also the DUNA legislation, the entity for DAOs out of Wyoming. That's a very positive development. And there's been early indicators of bipartisan support for stablecoin legislation. All those fronts are totally, if you had told me that a year ago, I would have been totally shocked. So that's way ahead of expectation. Yeah, that's kind of a quick summary. So I'd say positive in many fronts with some noticeable areas for improvement.
Yeah, I would just add, I really do think we're at kind of an inflection point in the crypto industry, right? Like the infrastructure has just now gotten to the point where we can start to see these new types of applications emerge, right? Like I think the stablecoin example is pretty simple, right? When fees go down, stablecoins become a very good product. When fees are high, stablecoins are not a very good product. I think we're seeing new types of emerging behavior in things like NFTs and social and gaming that are really only now this year possible. And so I try to have as much patience as possible when it comes to this stuff because, we are just now at this point where we're going to start to see these experiments. Builders are going to build these new products that are only now possible in a low fee environment. And I look forward to reporting on all this next year because I think we need to give builders a chance to build, and I think we're really well positioned to see that take off next year.
To continue leveling up your crypto game, then you need to get on the Bankless newsletter. It's the world's most popular crypto email and is completely free. Just click below to sign up.